Hello, Mr. How are you?
Hi, hello. حبيبي good, alhamdulillah. In which page did we stop last time, guys? 12.
We read 13, now 14. Yeah, we read 13.
So today we have 14. Okay. Okay, let's open page 214.
What?
214. 14, 1-4.
Today, Mr. I bring the 3 highlights. It was not finished.
Okay. Read ya, Hazim. 214, yes. Pay attention, guys, and listen to the reader. 214. Yes, go ahead. Yes. This is their language.
Don't be lazy.
Yes.
Don't steal. The boy called out in the...
Just 1 second. Okay. Okay, yes. Okay, go ahead. This is Amayuya, Amakeya, Amasu'a. Okay, if you want to read it.
Don't lie, don't be lazy, don't steal.
This is in their language. He wanted the time just to warn the strangers that don't lie and don't be lazy and don't steal. The ancient ruins. Yes.
The boy called out in the traditional culture. It was the tall stranger from his game carrying the blanket. The boy's whole family crowded around to greet the exhausted travelers. Then brought gourds of cool water and boiled sweet potatoes. Benham, still gasping for breath, asked, "Where are the rules?" The boy said, come. Benham and the
Amoy.
come. Benham and the sergeant left Artiga behind and followed the boy's order. Amoy, he kept saying. At first, they saw only stone terraces like the ones they had seen at Istanbul. They had cleared of jungle and the vegetation burned off in order to plant crops.
Okay. Muhammad Lafi.
Yes,
Muhammad. 215.
Okay. But there were just more jungle beyond Bingham, and had climbed this mountain and found no lost city. Amy! Still the boy beckoned him into the jungle. courage. Being worried at first, all he saw were bamboo thickets and more tangled vines. Then he looked closer, thought the vines, he saw stones, Inca stones, then walls, beautiful stone walls. They were covered with mosses and trees. Yeah, see? The boy whispered, pointing ahead to curved stone. Winkler pushed his way to it and placed his hand on the vine branch and found something more beautiful even than the one in Cusco. They came to the stone staircase. Wait, this see, what's this? Jousy, the boy called. Top of the staircase was a clearing, a small vegetable garden, and then a temple built of enormous stones, grander than any Bingham had ever seen. Stones his breath away. Something was going on in here. He could sense it. Something just beyond his eyes. What was it?
Okay. Qais, 16.
But there were no roads, just more jungle volume. Benham had climbed this mountain and found no lost city in Maine. Still, the boy beckoned him into the jungle lion, weary and discovered. Benham followed. At first, all he saw were bamboo thickets and more tangled vines. Then he walked closer through the vines. He saw stones and stones, then walls, beautiful stone walls. They were covered with mosses and trees. Yahweh. See. The boy whispered, pointed ahead to a curved stone wall. Benjamin pushed his way to it and placed his hand on the fine granite stones. A something temple, more beautiful even than the one in Castro. Then came to the guard, the stone track cave, but this led what else was here? Yahweh. The boy called. At the top of that staircase was a clearing, a small vegetable garden, and then a temple built of enormous stones, grander than any Benjamin had ever seen. It stole his breath away. Something was going on here. He could sense it. Something just beyond his eyes. What was it?
Okay. You know, I asked you to read 16, not 15. Okay.
But how 15 now? Will we go to 16 and 15 now?
He read 15.
Me, and 14 already.
Hazim.
And
One online and one here. عبد العزيز قادري.
Yes.
Read 216.
216.
Yes.
Okay. He followed the boy to another temple, as magnificent. This one had 3 windows, but now he looked across the countryside. He looked past the thickets, past the vines. He began to see the outline of stone streets and stone cottages. He began to see the outlines of a city. Here, boy, he said as he opened the black books that he had been crying, extended the billows and focused his camera. The first picture would be of the boy who had led him to Vilcabamba, lost city of the Inca. But about this Bingham was wrong. The blind removed and the tales told he had discovered not Vilcabamba, but a place even more amazing. He had stumbled on
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu, a city lost in time, a city lost in the clouds.
Okay. Read 17, 217. Next page. Yes.
Others note research this book on the discovery of Machu Picchu are various Hiram Sugarman. In it, he tells how a little treasure boy led him to the site in the jungle. Then I traveled to Peru and followed Hiram's footsteps as closely as I could. I traveled to Ollantaytambo as Hiram did, climbed the ancient terrace there and sat in a little container. Maybe the very one in which Hiram said, I walked part of the rocket in the and finally arrived at the sun gate above Machu Picchu. I also journeyed through the steep valley of the Urubamba River in Machu Picchu and spent a week exploring and photographing the site and surrounding cloud forest. And from the high pastures I witnessed the magical sunset that I tried to capture on the vacant page. But the day the story began to come alive in May, mine was the day I saw a young lecture boy who raced our first 2,500 feet down the mountain from Machu Picchu to the valley below and more. And his feet dripping with perspiration and chest heavy with exertion. I thought that Hiram's young God must have looked just like this boy. The most exciting part of working on the painting was recreating Machu Picchu must have looked here and discovered it hidden by 500 years of jungle growth.
Okay, this page, guys, about the writer here or the author's description. The author's like journey to Machu Picchu. So he has written here about his journey, how it was, and about the boy's age at the time, how his age was. Okay, so he said that he was like around 20 or 25 years now. That means because this is after a long time. So he described in this page what happened with him when he went to Machu Picchu to see it. And one more thing. There is a question, why is the discovery of Ted Lewin here was different than the discovery of Hiram Bingham to the city? Because Ted Lewin had an idea about the city. He knew where the city is. But Hiram Bingham at the time was like adventurer. And he went to discover the city by himself, and he faced the troubles, he faced the jungles and the venomous snakes and all of that to discover the city, because it wasn't discovered at the time. But in the time of the author, the city, or that lost city, already had discovered by Hiram Bingham. So it's so easy to reach there or to arrive in there. Understand? So this is the difference between the discovery of Hiram Bingham and Ted Lewin. Ted Lewin wasn't like a discoverer or wasn't like adventurer. Just he went to see the lost city. What is that lost city? And he went to know what did Hiram Bingham discover at that time. But Hiram Bingham was like adventurer, was like a discoverer. He wanted to discover, and he determined to discover something wasn't there, wasn't like discovered before. Understand? So this is the difference between them. And right now, guys, let's discuss about the analysis of the story. Okay, then we will solve the booklet pages. Then we can continue reading, inshallah. Yes. Good, good. That's good. Yes. Okay, so let's pay our attention, guys, to understand each like event and incident happened in the story. Okay.
Start this one.
Just wait, Habib. Listen, just listen, okay? Pay your attention and listen. The first question we have, what did the boy at the beginning of the story dream of? He dreamed of what? Yes, he dreamed of a stranger carrying a black box, okay? And that stranger was Hiram Bingham after that. What does the word foretold mean? We discussed about this word, guys, and I said the word foretold, it's the past form of foretell. That means to predict something will happen or is gonna happen in the future. Okay, this is foretold. So to be warned of something coming. What had Hiram Bingham come to Peru in search of what? He went to Peru to discover what? To search for what? Huh? Say yes, Ali. Lost city, which is the time was? Yes, Vilcapampa. Then he discovered something amazing. That was Machu Picchu. He discovered an amazing city better than Vilcapampa, and that was Machu Picchu. Okay. What did the Inca or the Incans that time built that Hiram Bingham found beautiful? This, yes, the stone walls were like beautiful that time, and he described them like perfectly when he said that they like built these stone walls and they cut the stone walls perfectly, like no like razor blade or any like tool can cut these stones like that. Okay. Then what does the word escort means? Escort. That Sergeant Carrasco at that time was the escort of Hiram Bingham and the others. So escort means like guard. Okay, the one who protected Hiram Bingham at the time was the guard of Hiram Bingham. So to provide company or protection. So was the guard of Hiram Bingham, and that was Sergeant Carrasco. Okay, Sergeant Carrasco was the guard. Who is the military escort for Bingham and his party? Sergeant Carrasco. Okay, the escort at the time or the guard was Sergeant Carrasco. What does the word remote mean in the story? Scheduled or out of the way. That means scheduled or out of the way to say remote. And this word mentioned in the selection. What is the name of the local farmer? The farmer that, or who guided, yes, who guided them to the mountain or to the ruins that he had known about them that time. Okay, so was Ardiaga. Okay, that was the farmer. Okay, who guided them in the beginning, and first of all, he refused to guide them, right? Because of what? Yes, because of the venomous snakes. So he refused to guide them to the mountains. But when Hiram Bingham offered him money that time, so he agreed. He welcomed and he agreed. Okay. Where does Ardiaga take Bingham and his party? Sergeant Carrasco, where? The top of the mountain of Machu Picchu. He took them where? To the top of the mountain of Machu Picchu. What does the word undergrowth mean? It means a plant life that covers a forest floor. Undergrowth, it means plant life that covers a forest floor. That means the tall trees, the thickets, the time where in the jungle. We call like undergrowth. What does the word venomous mean? Venomous, we discussed about this word and we said that inflicting poisonous wound, that the poisonous a kind of poisonous snakes, and it had a name. What was his name? The Fer-de-Lance. Yes, do you remind it? The Fer-de-Lance, when like Ardiaga was like afraid of nothing, but the Fer-de-Lance was afraid of nothing but the Fer-de-Lance at that time. So that was a venomous snake. At the top of the mountain, who does the boy see from his dream? At the top of the mountain, when the boy was standing there and he called them like Amalula, Amakea, Amasua. So he saw he saw the stranger with the black box. He saw the stranger of the black box. That means his dream or the boy's dream that time was true, right? Like was true because he saw that stranger and of course he carried like a black box with him as he dreamed of. What does the word vegetation mean? Vegetation, what does it mean? A plant life in an area. It's a plant in an area. Okay, it's called like vegetation. Then what is in the black box that Bingham has? Yes, a camera. So that black box was a camera. Okay. Then what does Bingham take pictures of? He took pictures for whom? The boy. Yes, and Machu Picchu. And Machu Picchu. He took pictures for the boy and that place. Bingham had not discovered Vilcapampa, but which place he had discovered at the time? Machu Picchu, and was like, and was like amazing. It was like amazing place, like and best and the best place at that time, and better than discovering Vilcapampa. He discovered something amazing. Okay, so this is about this page. Then we have the words we discussed about them before, guys. The word curiosity, it means like desire to know. Curiosity, it means desire to know something. Okay, when you keep asking questions, that means you want to know something. Then thickets. Thickets means shrubs. Okay, shrubs. You get this thickets in the jungle, right? So thickets means shrubs. Then we have the word torrent. Torrent means swift flow, as we discussed about it. It means like swift flow. No page in the book. Just pay your attention and look at the board. Okay, swift flow. Then the word ruins means remains. Okay, these are like other synonyms for the words. Okay, ruins means remains. Then we have glorious means magnificent. When you say about something it's glorious, that means it's magnificent. Terraced means leveled. Terraced, like the stairs. So they were like leveled. Okay, so terraced. Granite is a rock. Granite is a rock. Then the question here: why do you think the author told the boys thoughts? The author in the story, guys, told us about the way of the boy was thinking that time, how the boy dreamed of Hiram Bingham, and how did and what the things that Hiram Bingham brought with him that time he dreamed of. So So the author here told us about. So why did the author tell us about these thoughts of the boy? Just to add interest and mystery to the story. To add interest, to feel that the story is interesting, and to feel the mystery, okay, when you read the selection. Okay, so to add interest and mystery to the story. That's why the author Ted Lewin here told us about the boy's thoughts. When did Bingham arrive in Cusco? We have different, guys. Here, as you see, the verb arrived and has arrived in, but it has the preposition in. When you arrive like a big place, okay, such as a town or a city, you have to use the preposition in. So you say arrived in Riyadh, arrived in Saudi Arabia, arrived in Jeddah, for example. So you have to use the preposition in when you arrive a big place. But when you arrive like at a small place such as a school or a hospital or a company or airport, so you say at, arrived at. I arrived at the school. When you call somebody, yes, I arrived at the school, at. So you use at when you arrive a small place such as a school or any other place. But when you arrive a big place such as a town or city, so you use the preposition in. You say arrived in. So why did Bingham here arrived in Cusco? And what's Cusco? What was Cusco? What was Cusco? The capital city of Inca, right? The capital city of Inca, okay? But Vilcapampa was the lost city that Hiram Bingham came to Inca to discover it, or to the mountains of Peru to discover it. Then he discovered another city. It was Machu Picchu. Understand that? So Vilcapampa and Machu Picchu were like lost cities, but Cusco was the capital city of Inca. And all of these cities and towns where their place was Peru, the mountains of Peru. All that were
Mountains of Peru.
yes. So these cities and these towns. When I ask you where were these cities, their place, or the place, or the main place, the main country that Hiram Bingham went to that time, you say it was Peru. Okay, it was Peru. Then the other question is, so when did Bingham arrive in Cusco? We discussed about that, and we said that we have setting, the setting of the story. like the time and the place. The place was the mountains of Peru, and the time was 1911. In July 1911, the Hiram Bingham arrived in Inca, okay, or arrived in, or started his journey. He started his journey to Peru to discover this lost city.
You said I am question of identity.
Yes.
What's Urubamba? What? Urubamba.
Urubamba, no, Urubamba was like a small town, or it was like a village. Okay. Yes, it had a river. This is another place in Inca. It's not the lost city. The lost city we discussed. We have Vilcapampa and we have Machu Picchu. Cusco is the capital city of Inca. Okay. So Hiram Bingham here. When did Hiram Bingham arrive in Cusco? Before the boy had his dream about tall stranger. So the boy dreamed of the tall stranger, but Hiram Bingham arrived before the boy dreamed. Before the boy's dream, he arrived there. What were Cusco and the first capital of the Inca? Ancient cities built by the Incan. So Cusco was like an ancient city built by the Incans that time. Where did the Inca once rule? In South America. The rule of Inca was related to South America. Okay, South America. What was the generalization of the story here? That means, like the main idea of the story, like supports the story, the generalization, the different information, like which support the story. So generalization here, the Incan city or the Incan cities were built to last. The Incan cities were built to last. That was the generalization of our story to support the discovery of Hiram Bingham, to support the discovery of Hiram Bingham that time to that place. So what was the main idea? What's the main idea? Why do we read this story? To understand what is the purpose for writing this story? Okay, number one, to inform about whom? To inform about Hiram Bingham, because the story genre was biography. It was a biography, right? So it was a biography. That means the main idea of the story, Bingham found Machu Picchu. So this is the main idea, that at the end, Hiram Bingham discovered and found Machu Picchu. Okay? What was the sequence early in the story? A farmer told Hiram Bingham that he knew about some ruins. That was the beginning. That was the time Hiram Bingham started to put himself on the way to the lost city. Okay, because in the beginning, or when he arrived there, he asked many people. He asked everyone about that, and no one knew the answer at that time. No one like helped them, and no one like know the place of that lost city that Hiram Bingham called. So the first or the beginning started when that Ardiaga the farmer told them about some ruins. He knew some ruins. Okay, so that time was the sequence early. The sequence early in the story.
The author knows what is the lost city.
Yes, of course. And I discussed about this point, and I said the difference between the author's discovery to Machu Picchu or to the lost city, and between Hiram Bingham. And I said that already the author knew where lost city is. Okay, he knows that. But Hiram Bingham went that time, and nobody knew about the lost city. Nobody discovered the lost city.
Did no one wanted to say to Hiram Bingham was the lost city, and Hiram Bingham don't want because he wants to be adventurous?
Who is that? The authors? Till Lewin?
No. Yeah, did no one want to say?
No, Till Lewin just wanted to tell us about the discovery of Hiram Bingham. wanted to tell us about that dangerous journey that Hiram Bingham went to discover when he went to discover like Machu Picchu. But the author went to Machu Picchu. Why? You say, why did the author went to Machu Picchu? Just to confirm that Machu Picchu was like an amazing place. That's it. Because Hiram Bingham explained that in his book, explained that in his writing. Okay, that was the best city ever, and he showed or illustrated the pictures that he took that time there and on all of that. But he wanted that the author to London wanted to confirm that that city was the best one. Okay. So what happened after finding the Sun Temple? There was a temple there. We discussed about it, and we read about it. It was like the Sun Temple. Bingham found a grand stone staircase there. He found grand stone staircase. Why might have so few people know about that ruins? Machu Picchu was on mountain and hard to get to. That's why nobody knew about this city, Machu Picchu, because it was on the top of a mountain, and nobody can get there, and nobody wanted to go there anymore. Because of what? Yes, because of the danger, like the danger, like troubles, or the danger, like problems that they may see if, or they might see if they go to that top mountain. Okay, so that's why they skipped that.
How do the they didn't go to the lost city because of the snakes?
How did they?
Why they did not go on the lost city up in the mountain?
Yes, they went.
They go?
Yes, they went there. How did they discover, and how did he take the pictures? No, they went. They already went. Okay, because I said that Hiram Bingham at the time determined to discover the lost city. Any troubles, any problems, any venomous snakes, any danger that he would face at that time, he determined just to discover the lost city. Without thinking in what, because and the author here told us about this point. He said what? Ardiaga was like afraid of, from what? Afraid of what? Afraid of fertilence, right? Because Ardiaga didn't care for that lost city, that to discover it or to not discover it. He wanted just that time to save his life, okay, to get back alive. That's it, okay, to get back alive. But Hiram Bingham at the time, he was thinking in what? Lost city. Only just to discover the lost city. Whatever he would face that time, troubles like jungles, wild animals, whatever he would see. Anyway, he wanted to discover the lost city. Okay, and he discovered. Already, he discovered. So, what might have so few people know about the ruins? Machu Picchu was on. Okay, why did he call the camera the black box, the void? Because he didn't know what it was. He didn't know what it was, like the black box. That boy was one of the people who lived in like tribes and in far away like places in the mountains. They like had no idea about the technology. They had no idea about cameras. They had no idea about the life of the city. Okay, so like nomads people. Okay, so that's why he didn't know what was the time this camera. So that's why he called it like a black box. Why was the author's search different than Bingham? This is the main point here too in this in this story, guys. Yes. Why here was the author's search different than Hiram Bingham's? Search for what? Yes, search for the lost city. So the difference between the author's search for the lost city and Hiram Bingham's lost city. So for the author was like easy. The matter was easy because the lost city already discovered. But for Hiram Bingham was tough work. Okay, was tough work because he went to discover something wasn't there anymore. Okay, so this is the difference. So the difference was already found. The city was already there. This for the author, and you can go by train. Like many facilities are there at that time just to pick you there. Okay, and it was safer too. Okay, no dangers. Okay, to arrive in this city. So no problems, no troubles. So this is the difference between author's search for the lost city and Hiram Bingham's search at that time. Understand? Okay. Yes. Okay, so this is about the analysis of the story. It's very important to understand these pages and to study them well. I'll send it through the WhatsApp group. You will once you get back home, you will get them there, and if you want to print them out, okay, as you wish.
But it's wet. I want to write in the booklet, not wet.
No, now we will open the booklet and we will solve. Yes, these are like extra sheets. Okay, to discuss about the story. I think now you don't have any like other questions about the story to ask. Okay, that is all about our story for today. So right now let's open page 13. Okay, in the booklet. Uh-huh. Okay, so let me send these pages first. No, no, no need.
عملت كده ولا لسه؟
Okay, guys, have you opened? Okay. Okay, so we have this page, guys. It's about the title of the story. It's Lost City. The author for this story is Ted Lowen, and the setting of the story is Peru. And the time, if you want to write it, in July 1911. If you want to write the time, in July 1911, because setting like includes two parts. The first one is yes, place and time. So the place we have ready is the mountains of Peru, and the time is or must be like in July 19. Author's purpose to write this story to inform us about whom Hiram Bingham. Hiram Bingham's journey. Okay, to tell us or to inform us about Hiram Bingham's journey. The genre of the story is.
I like the alphabet push discovery of the last city. That's okay.
2 and 4, right? 2 and 4 between two brackets, right? 2 and 4 parentheses. And one more thing, guys. The because the author's purpose must be like to inform, to entertain, to persuade. So each selection has its own purpose, and as we discussed about this point before, and I explained the meaning of or the concept of author's purpose. That means the reason beyond writing is story, such as story. Okay, why did the author write this story? Genre is a biography. The genre of the story is biography. Characters we have in the story, we have Bingham, Hiram Bingham, the main character of the story. We have something is called main and minor. The main character is whom? Bingham. Hiram Bingham is the main character of the story, and we have minor characters like Ardiaga, Sergeant Carrasco, the Quechua boy. These are like minor characters. Understand? Yes. Page 10. And the reading part. In the reading part, not the grammar. Okay. Good. I know. Then we discussed about these words, guys. These words. and to write a synonym or to write an antonym or to write a sentence. There is a dictionary, guys, as a website or as an app if you want to like download it in your phone, okay, or you want to use it in your laptop. It's called like Merriam-Webster's. Merriam-Webster's. This dictionary is awesome, okay? You can get the synonyms and the antonyms and the meanings you need for any word. So you can use this website. It's called like Merriam-Webster's. If you want to download the app in the mobile phone, it's okay. If you want to like use it in your laptop or your desktop, your PC, that means, so it's up to you. So we have the words peak and ancient and trail and flimsy, and we discussed about these words in the story, and I explained the meaning of each. Vegetation and cottage and serpent and venomous. These are like the words, okay, and these are like the parts of the speech of the words, and that is very important to understand or to know the part of the speech of each word, because you can write a sentence when you know the part of the speech of the word. If it's like a noun, that means you can start as you can use it as a subject, or you can use it as a complement, subject complement, or you can use if it's adjective, it's verb. So that helps you to write a correct sentence when you know the part of the speech of the word. Synonym, we need the same meaning, or antonym, the opposite meaning, if it's available. Okay. Okay. The next page, already we answered this page 12. Okay, that was okay till 7. Right now we have 8, right? Okay. Okay, Khalid Sultan.
Yes, mister. Yes, mister.
Number 8, ya Khalid. Read and say the answer.
Okay. Okay. Number 8. What is the most likely reason the author told the boys thoughts to make it is letter B, to make the selection more necessary and interesting.
Yes, very good. We discussed about this point, guys, right now, and we said, why did the author tell us about the boy's thoughts, about the boy's dream? Why? We said just to make it interest and mystery, right? To make it interest and mystery. So this is the right answer, just to make the selection more mysterious and interesting. Okay. Okay, Muhammad Muawiyah. Number 9. Catch a boy. Yes, what probably happened before the catch a boy like had a dream about a tall stranger? What happened? And we discussed about this. Okay, so the answer is, speak up, speak up. This is the answer. And we discussed about this question, guys, and I said, when did Hiram Bingham arrived in Cusco? Hi, Ali?
Bingham arrived in Cusco to look for the...
When did? It's number 9. It's number 9. I asked the same question before, and I explained this question. When did Hiram Bingham arrive in Cusco? When did he arrive in Cusco? It's the same question that what probably happened before the Quechua boy had a dream about a tall stranger. The same question. So what's the answer? Hasn't.
B.
It's letter
B.
B. Yes. Yes. You said letter B, Ali?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. So Bengham arrived in Cusco to look for the lost city.
I said before, you say no.
Yes, I said no.
Yeah.
I thought that you read something else. Okay, yes, it's correct. Okay, excellent, Daddy. So it's letter B. Bengham arrived in Cusco to look for the lost city. To look for the lost city. That means arriving of Hiram Bingham was before the dream of the boy. Okay, so it's the same question. When I ask you when did Hiram Bingham arrived in Cusco, so you say before the boy's dream, okay, of him. And the question here, what probably happened before the boy had a dream of like a stranger, a total stranger, that Hiram Bingham arrived in Cusco. Abdullah Mishal. Number 10.
How were Yusuf and the first capital the Inca alike?
Yes. How were Cusco and the first capital of the Inca alike? How they were alike? Hiya, Abdullah, what's the answer?
They were built by people that lived long ago.
Yes. Both of the two cities built by people lived long ago. Okay? So they were like alike in this like point. Okay.
Number 8.
It's number 10. Number
Number 8.
letter A, yes. Talal.
Yeah.
11.
Which civilization
Mm.
can be rich in information in this selection?
We discussed about the generalization and the selection that support the main idea. What's that? Speak up. No, it's not. What supports? What's the generalization? I discussed about the generalization. I hasn't. Generalization in the story which like supports the main idea of the story. Okay, I know.
Is it
A, it's letter A. Hasn't. What's the generalization of the selection here? The general like incidents or general event in the story which like supports the main idea of the story. The main idea that Hiram Bingham discovered the lost city, right? So what's the generalization, Kareem?
cities were lost a long time?
Yes, excellent. They were built by people that lived long. The Incan cities were built to last a long time. It's letter A too. Last a long time. That means we're like ancient cities. Ancient cities. Okay. Ahmed Hassan.
Mr.
Wait, ya Izz. Ahmed Hassan. Hi, Izz. Read number 12.
Okay. From the
Information.
information in this bullet, you can tell them the story you
Machu Picchu was. From the information in the selection, guys, we read about Hiram Bingham's and the truffles and venomous snakes and wild jungles and all of that. You can say that the journey was what? Hi,
C.
Iz.
C.
Huh? Was what? Huh, Talal? Was amazing. Really?
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
Letter
Yes.
C.
The journey was dangerous. The journey was dangerous. Okay? These are the answers for this page.
I am 14.
Okay, next page. Hazim, number 13.
Which uh, which of the following is the main idea of the solution?
Yes. We discussed about the generalization of the selection and we said, like the cities last long ago. The cities of Inca and Cusco and these cities were in Peru, like was last or were last long ago or long time. So we want to support this. Waiting. We want to support this the generalization here supports the main idea. So what's the main idea? Ya Hazim.
Actually, a local farmer told Bingham.
Okay, first of all, let's understand the meaning of a main idea. Main idea, as we discussed before, like Hiram Bingham went to do what in the story? Excellent. I want to get that in the choices.
Mr.
Bingham was determined to
Wait, Abdulaziz. Huh? Yes.
the culture boy led Bingham to remember.
Which one? Now, I need the a choice, the right choice. It's letter B. I'll ask you the question again. Why did Hiram Bingham go to Inca or Peru?
Bingham was determined to find the
Yes. So Bingham went to discover a lost city. So that means he had a determination to discover the lost city. But he discovered another city. But the journey, it's for just one topic, one subject. Okay? It's just for one dream. And was what? Discovering a lost city. That's it. Vilcapampa, whatever. To discover a lost city. That lost city was known that time like Vilcapampa. But he discovered something else. So the main idea to discover something. Whatever that. Understand? So this is the main idea. To ask yourself, why did like the main character in the story do that work, for example, or do that trip, or do that journey, okay, or do that travel? Then you get the main idea. This is called the main idea. Understand? So this is letter C. الوليد عبد المحسن. بندر صالح. إياس أمين. فهد نايف.
Yes, Mr.
هيا فهد number 14.
Which of the following is an convenient us on the information in the selection.
Yes, just wait a second, in fact. We discussed before, guys, about the difference between an opinion and a fact. And we said the fact, every one of us will say that thing is happening like that. Everyone will say that. So it would be like a fact. Okay? It depends on your observation. But the opinion, to say like good or bad, and that's yours. May you say good, I'll say bad. So that is called opinion. So what do you think the opinion between the choices here? What do you think the opinion, like sentence between the choices in this question? Opinion and opinion. Hi Fahad, what's the answer?
A.
It's letter A. Read it.
Bingham saw the outline of Stone Street and caught it.
This is a fact. Because it happened with Bingham. That he went where? That he saw what? He saw the outlines of stones and cottages and streets and so on. This is a fact. I need an opinion. Opinion means to praise something. To praise something. This is called opinion. Read it.
Benjamin discovered the place that was truly
Amazing. He praised the whole city that was amazing. Maybe when I go there, I say that it's not like that much amazing. It's normal place. Bad place. It's not good place. So this is the opinion. The opinion to say your like point of view toward that thing that is good or bad. But when I see, for example, I've seen that class before. I saw, for example, a boy walking on the street. I saw a bus. I saw an accident. These are like facts. Already happened. The fact.
I'm told.
Huh?
I'm told.
Yes, correct. It's correct. It's letter C. To say that something is amazing, something is good, something is bad. This is called opinion. But when you talk about something happened, really happened, truly happened, that means this is a fact. Now you understand the difference between opinion and fact?
Yeah.
When I see this sharpener, for example, I say it's not a good sharpener. It has many like problems. When you use it to sharpen your pencil, for example, it makes like hard work to do that. So this is my opinion. For you, you say no, it's the best one I've ever used. This is your opinion. But when you talk about the sharpener, I say a sharpener, and you say it's a sharpener, and everyone is saying the sharpener. This is the fact. Yes, exactly. It's a sharpener. It's not a washing machine, right? So now it's opinion or fact? Fact. If it's a sharpener, it's fact. Good or bad, it's what?
Opinion.
Opinion. Point of view. Got it?
Yeah.
So this is letter C. Number 15. Number 15, Ali. Read number 15.
Which of these events happened first in this list? A farmer told Bingham he knew about some ruins.
Catch a boy.
The boy led Bingham up the mountain. Bingham took a picture of the cattle boy.
Which of these events happened first in the selection? First. That means earlier in the selection.
The farmer told Bingham he knew about some ruins.
Exactly. We discussed about this, and we said that the incident which happened first in the or earlier in the selection that that was like that was the time that Hiram Bingham started to discover or to get the way of discovering the lost city. That the Ardiaga or that farmer told him about some ruins he knew. Okay, so this is letter A. Okay. Okay. We still have page 15. What about page 15?
No, only 13 and 14.
13 and 14?
Yeah. Tuesday.
No, we have 15. We have to take 15 too. Okay, 15. Open page 15, guys. Or I think it's page 14. Yes, page 14. But the rest of the answers here. Answer the following questions. We have the rest of the answers. I forgot. Yes, because the page here wasn't enough for the answers. That's why I shifted to another page. The same. No, no, no. It's the same. Page 14. The same page. Yes, these are the answers for this page, guys. So 1 second, let me send the answers.
Right now?
Yes. These are the answers. But first of all, let's read. Let's read the answers. Sati Ali.
Yes, Mister.
Read the question, Sati.
The question.
Yes. Number 1.
What is the most likely reason the author told the boys so thoughts thoughts to make the selection more interesting and
And
mysterious?
and mysteries. Yes, we discussed about this question, guys, and I said that what is the most likely reason the author told the boys thoughts, the catchful boy? Why did the author here tell us about the boys thoughts? To make, we said that to make the selection more interesting and mysterious. Okay. Okay. Khalid al-Uqaili. Read number 2.
What probably happened was that huge boy had a dream about a tale.
Already we have this question in between the choices. What happened before the catchful boy here, like a dream of a stranger, a tall stranger, that Hiram Bingham arrived in Cusco. How were Cusco and the first capital of Inca alike? We discovered about that both of them built by people lived long ago. What can you conclude about the Inca based on information in the selection? The Incan cities were built to last long time. Make like a space between the word long and between time, guys, here. Long time. Make a space between them. What is the main idea of the selection? Bingham, who was determined to find Vilcapampa, he discovered Machu Picchu. Yes, yes. Yes. Yes, already done. Yes.
I don't have the space here.
Okay, so make your writing small. Make it like smaller letters.
Me like you, but I will make it small. Mister, you say a long time?
Yes, make a space between long and time.
Teacher, can you please put the
And change the D here. Word belt, guys, write a T instead of D. Belt with T.
I like this belt.
Yes, must be like belt, not belt. Change the D to T. This is the past. This is the past form of the verb. Instead of belt, must be belt.
Done.
Excellent.
finish?
Yes, okay, excellent, guys. Send your answer through the WhatsApp group, guys. Huh?
Number 5.
Okay, excellent, Jahaz.
Mr. Market feature the double C.
Yes.
And maybe. At what class, at what time we will finish?
9:40 now?
No. No, 40, yeah.
Okay, just 3 minutes.
5 minutes.
Because we are very hungry.
Okay. Okay, so one more thing about this page. Wait a second, yeah, Khalid. Okay. This page, guys, so you write the setting here, time, July 1911. Okay, if you want to do this page and a place, Peru. Okay, this is page 16. And genre, you write the genre, so biography, and author, you write the author's name, the title of the story, and illustrator here, you write Ted Lewin, the same, because he is the same writer and the same illustrator. Plot of the story, to tell what happened in a brief. Already we have like a summary of the story, I'll send it. I'll send it you through the WhatsApp group to copy that in the beginning. What happened? At the beginning of the story, in the beginning and the middle and in the end of the story. 16 themes of the story. Like you can write determination if you want to write the theme of the story, or Hiram Bingham determined to discover the lost city. Okay, determination. Main characters we discussed. Main is Hiram Bingham and minor the other characters. Okay.
This was about 2 weeks from work. Why you put it today also, Mom?
No,
This is today. This is page 16. Just I'm explaining what you have to do. Yes. Okay. So. Yes. Okay. So I'm explaining just what you should do. Okay. So this is about that. Okay, Khalid. Complete with you.
Finish?
No, just wait. Yes, done. Or the page is done. Yes, Habib. Okay, very good, excellent.
I can just do it in my
Home, okay, no problem. Okay, guys, so time is up. See you. Goodbye, everyone. Get ready, guys. Get ready for the break.
Bye.
Wait, Star. Wait,
Hi, Halim. Yes,
I didn't finish yet.
I sent
Just
the group. Copy from. Sit down.
okay. I can set you for the group.